Who is Donald Trump to you?
Donald Trump to me is the new president-elect. Unqualified, but he has previously been a businessman. And to me, I think a president, as they have been, should either have been a high-ranking military because they know how to deal with things, or have had a government office because they know about these politics and can make the right decisions. I think a businessman to me is kind of scary because, as you've seen, Donald Trump has gone into debt a lot, so with every single one of his businesses.
Do you think Donald Trump has the capability of running our country?
As I said, I don't think a businessman should be able to run for president. I think before you run for president, you've at least had to have 2 to 3 years in a government office because making those right calls, and with the nuclear codes, that's not who I think should have it.
Do you have any other thoughts or comments to make?
Well, I'm kind of just scared because what's happening is I don't know what he's going to do with ISIS or how he's going to treat immigrants, and I think with Muslims here, he's not going to treat them right, and then they're going to go back. But then ISIS will probably attack us. So I don't know how all this is going to play out. And then just rights for other people like African Americans. He, as you've seen in his his debates and then him just talking to people, he hasn't been speaking about them very nicely. And that just scares me because I want everybody to be treated equal.
What do you think about Trump versus Obama?
I think Trump and Obama, they're very different because Obama has had a government office and he cared for everyone. See, being our first African American president, he has seen both sides of it, so he knows what everybody's thinking, so he can talk to people and make right decisions like that. And then along with that, there are first ladies. I think that Michelle Obama has done a lot for this country and all, and I don't know how she's the new first lady is just gonna help.
So my question has to do with mandatory vaccinations. How would you feel if someone in your 7th grade class was not vaccinated and therefore could put others at risk for diseases such as the flu, measles, mumps, or polio?
I think those diseases are very serious, and if it spreads to one person, from there, if they go home, it can spread to another person, and then it's just a big, widespread. And I think that if we don't get vaccinated, then that could affect a lot of people. Okay. Well, that's not good because you don't want to be sick. If you have things to do, like jobs, if you go to a job sick, you can't do it. Can we retake this?
At the age you are now in middle school, 12, 13, have you ever been exposed to alcohol?
Personally, I haven't drank alcohol or anything, but my parents and when we ever have parties on the block or anything, of course that I'll see people drinking, and I don't think that it's not a bad thing. I just think that if you get too much or go too far with it, that it can be very brutal to your head and to other people, how you treat them and how you maneuver.
Is Donald Trump to you, and do you think he has the capability of running our country?
Definitely not. I honestly didn't expect him to even become president in the first place. I think it started off as a joke, and then suddenly boom, he's president. I was like, what? Especially because I don't think he really has what's needed to be president. He's not respectful to people at all, and he doesn't sound presidential, and I don't think I don't think people need to use big words or anything, even though his vocabulary consists of 5 words. But I just think that you should at least be respectful to other people and understand what it like understand like how to talk to people correctly.
Next question is, do you fear for the rights of women, and do you think progress will be made with him as president?
I definitely am afraid for the rights of women because I already think that there is definitely a wage gap between men and women, but especially just like showing all the things that he said like before he even became president, like about, you know, everyone's heard it on the news, but everything he said. And I don't think he really understands, like, as a woman, like, all the things you're dealt with that you have to, like, he keeps saying that, oh, like, I'm able to become president, I'm able to do this, but, like, I don't think he understands that, like, women, like, kind of need to be reassured that they're capable of doing all the things men are doing, because we haven't actually, like, hit that spot yet. Like, women haven't been president yet, and I don't think he even understands that that's a problem, so.
It has to do with mandatory vaccinations. How would you feel if someone in your class was not vaccinated and could put others at risk for diseases such as flu, mumps, measles, and polio?
Well, like, I really think it depends on what the vaccine was for. Like, I know that sounds kind of odd, but, like, certain vaccines are, like, for more serious diseases. But I think ultimately it's up to the parents' decision. And I know that sounds kind of bad because it could be something, like, life-threatening, but I just don't think it's my decision to decide, like, what they're able to vaccinate.
I think if the drinking age were lowered to the age of 18, it would affect the age at which kids start drinking.
I think that the lower the ages, kids will actually be less likely to start drinking earlier, just because when you're told not to do something, you want to do it even more. And like if there's so much around like what the age is, then kids are gonna be like, oh, like I want to be rebellious, I want to do it anyway.